Are you going to post this and then we can do it at home?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I am. I started a YouTube channel.
Oh, did you really?
So it's all about like my healing stuff and like what I've been going through and what I'm doing to get myself back to life. So Jill, it's very informal. Do what you can.
Yeah.
Move through. There's always spots to go back to if you just need to like breathe and like take a rest.
Let's get started.
So let's start on our backs. You can leave your feet on the floor, rest your knees against each other. We can start by checking in with our breath. A lot of the focus of this class is tuning in with the breath, connecting the breath and the body. You can leave one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your chest. It helps with the feedback. So we try to inhale and fill the lower belly first, so rising up that lower hand and then the top hand that's on your chest. And trying to let the top hand sink down first and then the lower belly. So we're filling up as if you were a glass of water, filling up from the bottom to the top and emptying out from the top to the bottom. Breathing through your nose as much as you can throughout the class. We have lots of filtration that happens through the nasal passages. And it helps to keep the body in a calm state as well. Deep breath in, filling up the lower belly, up through the chest, emptying out the chest, and then the belly. We'll grab onto both shins, hugging the knees in close to your chest. You hold on to each shin or wrap your hands all the way around. And we have the feedback of the belly rising up against the legs. And as you exhale, give yourself a gentle little squeeze, using that to wring out the air. You gently rock yourself from side to side, letting one hip come in contact with the mat and then the other. First little massage for the lower back. And then lift the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. We'll hold on to the pinky side of the foot and let the elbows fall inside the knees. Feet come as wide as they can go, and we can still gently rock yourself side to side here. Trying to keep as much of your lower back in contact with the floor as you can, letting the shoulders be heavy. Just the weight of the arms and shoulders gently pulling down on the feet, bringing the knees towards the armpits. Happy baby. We come back to this pose at the end of class, just to re-check in, see how much more space and softness we've created in the body. Staying here for another couple of breaths is fine. You can tuck one heel close to your butt and straighten the opposite leg. Rocking yourself fully from side to side, getting those hamstrings. First little stretch out. Finishing with the feet pointing up towards the ceiling. We'll release the grip. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor, leaving the heels just outside of the hips. And then drop both knees over to the left side, putting a little pressure on the right knee down towards the mat, maybe even lifting your right hip up, giving your right butt cheek a squeeze, and then slowly move the shins both up and over to the opposite side. Let the left knee be really heavy here, maybe even squeeze that left butt cheek, lifting the left hip up. Slowly up and over to the opposite side, taking your time. Feeling that movement through the hips. And then finishing with both knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Let's walk the heels in nice and close to your hips and then lift the hips slightly off the floor, sending them out to the right side so that we can stack the knees on the left. We'll hold down that top knee with your left hand and let the right arm extend straight out from your shoulder. Big breath in to fill up. And on your exhale, turn and look towards the right hand, letting the spine twist from the bottom to the top. We're here for a few breaths. Breathing into that rotation of the spine. Letting that right shoulder be really heavy. Releasing the grips, we'll bring the feet back to the floor, squaring the hips up, and then send them out to the left side just slightly so that the knees can stack on the right. We hold down that top knee with your right hand and the left arm extends out. Filling with air, and on your exhale, turn and look over the left side. Keep going with those deep breaths, really filling up the lower belly first. Releasing the grips, feet back to the floor. Square the hips up again. We'll step the heels as close as they'll come to your hips, and then push your feet into the floor as you start to lift the hips up. Let the arms float up overhead as we're bridging up. Come onto the balls of the feet and on the shoulders. And on your exhale, slowly lower everything down, thinking about setting one vertebra down at a time. So inhale to bridge up, floating the arms up, lift the hips. Exhale, slowly lower down. Let the hands float down to your sides. 2 more breaths. Inhale to bridge up. Exhale, lower down. Last one. And then grab onto your shins, hugging the knees in close again. Lift the head and shoulders, tucking the chin in, pulling the belly button towards the mat. Kick yourself back and forth so we can rock up and down in a little ball. Finally finding our way up to seated with our legs folded. Make sure you're up on your sit bones. We're gonna sit nice and tall here. And on your inhale, we'll reach both hands up overhead. Dropping the right hand to the mat, left hand reaching over. As you exhale, bringing that right rib cage towards your right hip. And then on your inhale, reaching back upwards in the center. Lengthening of the spine, and then exhale, folding to the opposite side. Help to turn your eyes upwards as well here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, folding to the left side. Inhale, reach up. Let's drop the elbows down. So we're like goalposts or like a cactus. Fingertips slightly back, elbows forward, and then turning from the waist and just looking side to side. Just picturing like rubber bands along your torso, kind of bouncing you from side to side as you build up a little momentum. Keeping those sit bones connected to the floor. Building up a little bit more range in the rotation as our body warms up. Facing forward, inhale, reaching up. We're going to go palm of the right hand to the back of your head, the back of the left hand to the lower back. So first, bring your sternum up and out, chin up, and then we're going to switch hands and rotate as you go. Back and forth. Go nice and slow. Keeping your spine lifted and elevated, not crunching over. One day, our fingertips might meet each other in the back, unless you're Angela, and they already do. Jealous. Both hands up. Exhale, folding over, palms down to the floor. Keep your sit bones on the floor. Breathe in, really expanding that rib cage, feeling lots of movement, and then exhale, fold a little deeper. On your inhale, stick your hands to the floor and pull yourself forward. So we're on hands and knees here. We're going to spin the fingers so they're facing backwards towards the knees. And a little closer to your knees is going to be easier on your wrists and forearms. But find your comfy spot. We'll go into our cat-cow. So drop the belly down, point your tailbone upwards, looking forward as you inhale. And on your exhale, start by tucking your tail underneath, rounding the back, dropping the head. Let all of the air out. And on your inhale, we reverse, tipping the tail up, looking forward, drop the belly. So breathing through your cats and cows, full extension, and back. back to neutral spine. We will turn fingers back to face forward, so we're just on our all fours. And now think about lifting up the whole rib cage, sending it out to the right side, dropping it down in the center, arms stay straight, out to the left and back up. Washing machines, moving the whole rib cage around. Switch directions. Really move through those shoulder blades in the back. Nice, back to neutral spine. Now we're gonna go onto the backs of the hands, fingertips pointing towards each other. And if your wrists are tight, you can just rock the hips back and forth, maybe in some circles here. If your wrists and forearms are feeling okay, we can flare the elbows out to the side, touching our nose down between the fingertips, and using the wrists and forearm strength to push our arms back to straight. So move slowly. We don't want to stress the wrists here. A couple more. And once you're done, you can have a seat back on your ankles and rotate the wrists around a couple of times. Getting a nice flush of fluid through there. Back to all fours. And from here, we're kicking the right heel straight back. Take a second to pull the top of the head away from the heel, so lengthen, and then on your inhale, lifting, looking up, lifting the foot a little higher. Exhale, drop the head, bring that knee down, close to your face, rounding the back, using the movement to flush out the air. Inhale, kick back and lift. Exhale, round back, bring the knee close. Last one. Kick and lift as you inhale. Exhale, rounding up. Bring the knee close. Now we're going to kick that leg straight out to the side, holding it up above the mat. Try to keep the chest square. Don't drop down into the opposite shoulder. Hip flexor's not going to like it. Just hold it just for a moment. Bring the sole of the foot down. Stick it to the floor. Walk the hands back. Inhale, reaching up overhead. Exhale, side stretch. We'll go over the extended leg first. So keeping the chest facing forward, not rolling over. Inhale, reach up. Exhale over the bent knee. You can go hand to hip, hand to floor, whatever it reaches. Long on the right side of the body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, folding over that bent knee. Next inhale, we're really lengthening up here. Think about making little air pockets between all the vertebrae as you inhale. And then set the right hand down, same side that your foot is extended. The left hand's gonna reach underneath the right, grabbing onto your shin. Anywhere below the knee is good. Drop some weight backwards into the hips before you set the left shoulder down on the mat. And then the right arm floats up into the air. We're turning and looking up towards the ceiling, or even behind us slightly at the right hand. If there's no weight in your right heel, move the hips back a little further and feel that long line between your right hip and your right heel. Twisting from the waist, breathing deep here. So we have a tendency to want to go breathing shallow when we're in this constricted space. Override that, staying nice and calm, moving the air all the way down to the hips. Very nice. Hands back under your shoulders as we lift the chest up. Leaving the legs right where they are. We'll walk the hands out another half step. Flatten out your left foot and sit your hips back. So your hip is sitting on your left heel. Your upper body is nice and long. Fingertips reaching away. Sinking nice and low. And keep your right foot really active on the floor. So it's not just out there. We're gripping the floor. Feeling that pull in the right leg. 2 more breaths down in our half puppy. Building up our posture. Drive the hands back so they're under your shoulders, and then we're going to step that right foot up to the outside of our right hand. Your back knee can come off the mat here or stay down, doesn't matter. Drop the hips low and glide them forward as we lift through the chest and inhale. And on your exhale, you straighten the legs, move the hips back, walk your hands wherever they needed, and then inhale, move forward again. Hips glide forward, chest lifting. Exhale, straighten the legs, dropping weight into that back heel, keeping your belly attached to the right thigh. One more time forward. And back. Coming to neutral hips. Drop the back knee down if it's up. We're going to inhale to reach overhead. Hips slightly forward, fingertips behind your head. Exhale, interlacing the fingers behind your back. Pull your shoulder blades together so the chest is open, chin up. And then start moving your knuckles down towards the mat. Big breaths here. Across the front of the chest, creating space between the shoulders and the front. Release the grip, hands back on the floor inside of your right foot, and then step your feet together, hips up, and first downward dog. Take a breath here, take a moment to reset, and pedal the weight from one foot to the other. In our downward dog, we're always trying to point the tailbone up and push our belly up towards the thighs. And then we'll drop both knees back down. Kicking the left heel straight back this time, reach the top of the head away, inhale to lift. Exhale, round the back, bring that knee down and close to your forehead. Inhale, kick back and lift. Exhale, round the spine, bring the knee close. Last one. Get the legs straight up to the side. Challenge that hip flexor to hold the leg up off the floor just for a moment. And then set the sole of your foot down. Walk your hands close and we'll inhale to reach up overhead. Exhale over the extended leg. Grab. Inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, fold over the bent knee. Really keep your foot attached to the floor. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Get some space, reach up. Exhale over the bent knee. Next is our twist. So the next inhale, we really want to lengthen and make space in the spine. Exhale, left hand to the mat, right hand scoops underneath, anchoring off of that left leg. Set your right shoulder down, float the left arm up, twisting from the waist, looking up, open through the chest, deep breaths. Coffee, I've got the shakes. Hands down, under your shoulders, picking the chest up, and then walk the hands out another step, sinking the hips back, lowering the chest down to the mat. Lots of length between your tailbone and your fingertips, and your left heel and your left hip. Breathing into the areas where you're feeling the tension, where you feel that pull, send the breath there. Posturing up, bring the hands back under the shoulders. We'll step the left foot up to the outside of the left hand. Back knee can come off the mat, so let the hips kind of lower and then glide forward as the chest lifts. Big breath in. And on your exhale, float the hips back, dropping weight into that back heel. Nice stretch in the calf. Inhale moves us forward. Exhale, straighten the legs. One more. Neutral hips, drop the back knee to the mat. Inhale to reach overhead. Let the hips glide slightly forwards, a bit of a back bend, and then interlace the fingers behind your back. Stick the opposite thumb in front this time, make it feel weird. Shoulder blades together, chest up. Breathe to create space. It's one of the hardest ones for me, so I'm always curled forward and closed up. Release your grips, hands back to the floor. Step that left foot back to the right foot, hips up. Back in our downward dog. Find your little reset. And then we're going to bend both knees and let them just barely touch the mat. And then push the hips back up to straighten the legs as much as they'll go. Bending the knees again, down for a dog squat. And back up. 3 or 4 more. Keeping the upper body nice and lengthened. Just moving the hips up and down. Very nice. You got your dog squats done. Start taking tiny steps forward, walking the feet towards your hands, but rock the weight of your hips back into the heel with each little step. We'll find ourselves in a forward fold. And on your inhale, we're gonna build all the way up to standing, letting the arms float overhead. Exhale, hands in the center. A few half salutations, so inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, hips go back, diving down, forward fold. Let all air come out. On your inhale, hands to shins. Straighten the legs, straighten out the spine. Exhale, we fold a little deeper, like a rag doll. And on your inhale, inflate all the way back up to standing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find your way back up. One more, follow your breath. Folding down. Halfway lift. Fold again. Inflate up. Let's fold down again. Hands to the mat this time. Step yourself back to downward dog. Run through a few of our vinyasas here, a little flow that we go through to break up the series in the class. So on your next inhale, roll the spine forward to plank. On your exhale, we're going to lower down to the mat. So knees can touch first or body goes down all together. On your inhale, lift the chest, so pull the head up and away from the hips, just balancing on the fingers. We're not doing a push-up. Exhale, lower down. Take a breath in as you curl your toes underneath. And on your exhale, push yourself back to plank, and then lift the hips up and back to down dog. Take a breath to reset. On your inhale, move forward to plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten out the feet. Exhale, lower. Take a breath. Push back up to plank, and then hips go up and back to down dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift that chest up. Exhale, lower down. Take a breath to prepare. Back through plank to downward facing dog. Very nice. Right leg floats up into the air. Bring your heel towards your butt as your hips sort of stack on top of each other. And on your exhale, bring that bent knee down, close to your nose, and step between your hands. We're going to drop the back knee down to the mat this time. And then reach forward with your right hand, so same side that your foot's forward, and a big arm circle up and over, following your hand with your eyes. We're going to do 3 big circles. Really open through that chest. Next time you're reaching behind you, we're going to bend the back foot, so pick it up. Try to see if you can catch on the outside of your pinky toe. opening the front toes to let the hips drop. We want to make the front of the body curve and open. And then turning back to look over your shoulder. If you've got your foot in your hand, you can put a little kick pressure into your hand to help the chest open a little further. Breathing fully here. It's a tough spot to stay in, but we'll use the full breaths. Release your grip. Hands back to the mat. Step your feet together. Back in our downward dog. Pedal the feet out. Have a little reset. And then on your inhale, left leg floats up. Heel to butt. Stacking those hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Step between your hands or help your foot along with your left hand. Drop the right knee down. Reaching forward with the left hand. Up and over. 3 big arm circles. Really take your time. Letting the body open up. Reaching as far out from the shoulder as you can. On your last reach backwards, kick the back foot up, catching onto the pinky side. You can open the front toes to like 10 o'clock, and then drop the hips slow, chest lifts, and look back. Ooh, lizard foot grab. Release your grip, hands back to the floor. Step ourselves back to our downward dog. Pedaling out the feet. Take a reset. And on your next big inhale, let that right leg float up into the air. Heel to butt. Exhale, knee to nose. Set the right foot between your hands. And then let your arms float up overhead. Once you found your balance, we're going to step forward onto the right foot and let the arms float down and back behind us as the left leg kicks back. Getting long and straight. Feeling that right foot and ankle. Wiggling around, trying to keep you balanced. And check in with that left hip. Maybe you can turn down towards the mat a little closer. Big breath. And on your exhale, inch forward a little further, hands down in front of you. Keep the back foot lifted, and on your inhale, lift that back foot, and lift the chest so you come up onto the fingertips, standing split. Exhale, soften down, drop the chest, drop the foot. Inhale, lift it back up. Separating the feet, exhale, soften. Last time, lift it up. Get as much space between the 2 feet as you can. Exhale, step back to our down dog. We're gonna go soft knees here, so you can step or hop forward, landing the feet gently by the hands. Inhaling up for a halfway lift. And on your exhale, we'll fold again. Drag the fingertips along the mat as your hips lower down and the shoulders stack over your hips. And reach overhead, keeping the chin lifted. Have a look down so you can see those toes. Maybe we can sit a little deeper, lift the hands a little higher. Big breath. Inhale, we'll float upwards. Exhale, fold at the waist, sinking down. Hands to the mat. Step or hop back to our downward dog. Take a breath. And on your inhale, left leg kicks up, heel to butt, stacking those hips. Exhale, bring the knee close to your face. Step between your hands and rise up again. High lunge. Once you've got your balance, step forward onto that left foot. Hands down and back, reaching towards your hips. Shoulders away from the ears. My right hip's wanting to flare out to the side. Woo. Big breeze over here. Inch forward a little further, fingertips down. Inhale, lift that back foot even higher. Lifting through the chest as well. Exhale, soften. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften. Last time. Split the feet. Exhale, step back to down dog. And we roll through another vinyasa. are always an option to go down to child's pose and just breathe. So inhale forward to plank. Exhale, elbows tight. Lower down slowly. Inhale, lift the chest. Flatten the feet. Exhale, lower. Taking a breath, curl the toes under. Exhale, back up to plank. And then hips up and back to downward dog. We'll meet back in our down dog. And on your next inhale, right leg floats up. Heel to butt. Open that right side. Exhale, knee to nose. Step between your hands. Find your way up again. High lunge. Nice. Inhale, straighten the legs and reach upwards. Exhale, drop the hips, bend the knees. Open the hands towards the right side, so turning to look to your right. Inhale, reach up. Straighten out. Exhale, drop and twist. Using the exhale to sort of wring out the air. Inhale, reach up. Last time. Exhale, drop a little lower. Twisting a little further. Staying here for the breath in. Let the back hand lower, the front hand rise up. And let your eyes float up as well if you can keep your balance. Setting up our side plank here. We'll let the left hand float down to the floor. Really transfer some weight into that hand. Get it nice and sturdy as we reach up with the right hand. And then roll to the outside of the back foot and stack yourself up. A knee down on the floor here is great as well. Good option. You're in your side plank. Keep the neck active so your head's not hanging. Driving that right hip up, up, up towards the ceiling. Back to plank with good control. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step or hop forward, landing gently by the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sitting back in our chair. Drag those fingertips, lower the hips. I'm going to just reach forward and go palms up this time, because I'm trying to stretch out between my shoulder blades. Sink a little deeper. Now let's let the knees slide out over the toes. Come to touch each other. Open up again and slide back. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Hands down. Step or hop back to our down dog. Got one side to go. Next inhale, left leg floats up. Heel to butt. Exhale, knee to nose. Step between your hands and come on up again. Woo! Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop. Open to the left. Opening the arms. Twisting from the waist like you're wringing out a towel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop and twist. One more. Down we go. Twisting over, we're staying here. Float the right hand upwards, back hand can drop. Looking up, and then right hand to the mat. Steady up that hand, right shoulder. Lift the left arm up and then roll to the outside of your back foot and stack up in a side plank. Nice and strong. It's only for a moment. Back to plank. Lift those hips up and back to down dog. Another vinyasa here, or you can put the knees down and rest back in child's pose. Forward to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Take your breath. Back up we go. Plank. And back to down dog. Nice work, everybody. One more to go. Right leg floats up. Heel to butt. Exhale, knee to nose. Step between your hands. Reaching up again. Arms overhead. This time we're going to step forward onto the right foot, kicking the left foot through. Hands are still reaching up overhead. Challenge that hip flexor to keep the legs straight. Only lifting as high as you can to keep the legs straight, and then drop the front foot As it passes the left foot, or the right foot, sorry, you can hinge forward, and we go hands down to the mat. So from here, we're gonna bend the right knee slightly and bring the left knee to the outside of the right calf. Kick it back to straight. Shiva squat, so drop down, left knee comes to the outside of the right calf, and kick it back to straight. Last one. And straight. Hands down, step your feet back to downward dog. Float your feet forward or take a step towards your hands, landing gently. Gonna go into our iron chair this time, so drop the hips as we reach up, lifting the toes with the inhale. And on the exhale, drop the hands down, lean forward, lift the heels, push the pinky fingers upwards. Inhale, reaching forward and up, lifting the toes. Exhale, hands back, lift through the heels, fully exhale. One more breath. It's hard to talk and do that one. Exhale back. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Let's go, exhale, hands in the center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float down, hands to the floor. Step back to our down dog. One side to go. Left leg floats up. Heel to butt. Exhale, knee to nose. Step between your hands. And find your way up to your high lunge again. When you're ready, kick the right foot through. Keep reaching up. We don't want to have the shoulders back behind the hips, so keep yourself straight upwards. Hold it, and then let the right foot drop. As it passes the other one, hinge forward, hands down to the mat. So staying on your fingertips, and if you're having an easy time with these Shiva squats, you can try them without your hands on the mat. So right knee comes to the outside of the left calf. Kick it back to straight. Down, squat. Touch and reach. Last one. Beautiful. Hands down. Step back to downward dog. Breathing in child's pose or another vinyasa, your choice. Lean back in our downward dog. Opening the feet so they're wider than the hips. We'll start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Once you're in your fold, we're going to bend the knees and drop the hips low, coming into a wide squat. And then reverse, head down, hips up, straightening the legs, keeping that connection between the belly and the thighs. Keep rotating through the squat and the fold. Take your time so your head and equilibrium can adjust if you tend to get dizzy. Working our way through. Our low squat, elbows inside your knees, hands together. Shift your weight around so you find the right distance for your feet to be apart. Elbows inside the knees as we lift the chest, lift the chin, and bring the hands closer. Putting a little pressure on the inside of the knees to give that inner thigh stretch. Totally fine to move your weight from one foot to the other here. I like that feeling. Dropping the right ear towards your right shoulder. Back to the center, and then left ear to left shoulder. One more time each way. And then start to let your hands move away, your knees coming close. Your bum can find the floor. Have a seat, if not, help yourself down with your hands. We're going to go up to shins parallel with the ceiling. Reaching our thumbs down towards our ankles as our knees come close to your body and then extending away. Letting the heels just barely touch, back of the head touches, and then come back up to our high boat. Bring the knees close, and then extend away. One last time, back up, squeeze together, extend down. Let the feet touch the floor, and you can float your hands up overhead, stepping one foot up towards the ceiling and then the other. If you need your help of your hands at your hips, feel free to do that. Pushing your feet up towards the ceiling as we peel the lower back off the mat, coming to upside down, into plow. We don't want to have the weight up on your neck, so make sure the weight's in your shoulders. You should be able to look side to side, and then slowly lower down one vertebra at a time until we're back in that 90-degree angle with the soles of our feet pointing up towards the ceiling. And then we reverse, peeling the back up, going back to upside down, putting the weight into your shoulders, and back down. Slow and controlled. Help yourself with your hands on hips if needed, as you build up the strength and the control through the core to safely get upside down and back. Next time you're upside down, let's stay there for a couple of breaths. Just building a little bit of familiarity in this upside down position. The body kind of wants to go into a little bit of a panic here. It's unfamiliar. We override that by breathing deep down into the lower back, feeling the gravity on the hamstrings and calves, letting the legs loosen up. And we're going to roll out of this with a little momentum. So as your lower back touches the mat, kick your heels towards your butt. So we'll come into this little low squat, and then drop your knees to the mat, hips up and forward, curving the front of the body, shoulders back. Sit back on your heels. Pop the knees up, and we're rolling all the way back to upside down. Kicking out with your momentum, back to your feet, knees, hips forward. Sitting back, last time back to upside down. Kicking out, come back to your feet, but this time we're gonna plant the hands on the mat in front of us, spreading the fingers. Get as much of your hands to contact the mat as you can. Lift the knees up to the back of the arms, or just above your elbows if you can. And just lean forward, transferring the weight from the feet into the hands. Maybe your toes can even come off the mat. Balancing up in our crow, or just practicing getting weight into the hands. Coming out of this to plank, however you can get there. Hips up and back. Nice work. Did you try?
I did, but I got like.
I know, I almost face planted the first few times. I did it. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, right leg floats up. Coming forward to a plank, bring your right knee to your right shoulder. Kick it back and lift. Right knee to right elbow. Kick it back and lift. Right knee to right wrist. And then kick your foot towards the left hand. So your shin is across, like parallel with your hands. And then walk or slide your back foot back as we really posture up. So get the weight behind your shin. Shoulders over hips. Check those hips. If the left guy is way out to the side, we need to come up a little bit higher. Keeping the posture, we're going to start to slowly set down the belly, coming down maybe onto your elbows. Maybe you can stack your fists and leave your forehead on your fists, or flat hands, wherever you can get to, is keeping that same shape in the hips. We're here for a few breaths in our pigeon pose. It's a challenging pose for tight hips. We really have to use the breath here to soften the tension. Find the space, find the calmness in this pose. A lot of frustration held in the hips, especially for women. So if this feels like you want to get out of this place, that's why. Just breathe into it. Won't be long. Posture, bring some weight back into your hands as we lift the chest up. Roll the back toes underneath and set your feet together, hips up, downward dog. Settle out here, take a breath, get some blood flowing back through that right hip, right leg. Left leg floats up. Coming forward to plank, left knee to left shoulder, kick it back and lift. Left knee to left elbow, kick it back and lift. Left knee to left wrist, and kick your left foot to the right hand. So setting up our pigeon here again, really posturing up first, stretching that back leg long, keeping the hips both pointing down, and then we lower down. It's not going to feel the same on each side, and that's fine. We just go with where we're at. Settle yourself in and breathe towards the tension. Be patient. I've got way more tension in my left hip than my right these days, for some reason. Check in with the breath. Are we filling up that lower belly? Just breathing shallow into the chest. Start to posture up. Get some weight into your hands. Support yourself down so your left hip can touch the floor and swing the right leg forward. Do this asymmetrical forward fold first. So your sole of your left foot is touching your right inner thigh. Inhale to reach up. Make sure you got both sit bones on the floor. Belly forward, chest, shoulders back. And then hinge from the waist, reaching. Let the hands drop to the leg. Leaving the hands down as we inhale. You can lengthen the spine upwards again. And then exhale. Float down, maybe a little further. Staying here for a couple of breaths. We're not trying to reach and find more length in this pose. Just trying to breathe and create softness. Inhale, start to posture up again. Slide the right foot in, get the soles of the feet together. Checking out the sit bones again. Belly forward, chest up. Now start to soften the glutes and the quads and hamstrings. And if you can, loosen your grip and turn your palms up and keep the shape. Close down your eyes. 3 big full breaths. Really fill up that belly. Rounding out. Exhale. Fully let it go. 2 more breaths. Big one in. Filling up like a balloon. And let it go. Open your eyes. Slide the left leg out to long. Right sole of your foot connects to the inner thigh. Posture up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Let the hands drop. Take a breath to fill up the torso. And then exhale, fold a little deeper. Going a little passive here and just breathing. Allowing the body to soften with the breath, not forcing the stretch. Maybe you're feeling it in your lower back, hamstring, back of your knee, calf, wherever it is, send the breath there. onto your hamstrings or the front of your shins here. We're gonna tuck the chin and really round the back by pulling the belly button towards the spine. Rock yourself up and down a few times. Oh, that feels so much better than the clunky rocking chair I had at the first class. Up and down, letting each vertebra connect with the floor. Staying back down, shoulders and back, staying on the mat. Release your grips and we'll hold on to the bottoms of the feet again, lifting the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. We're back in our happy baby. Breathing deeply. See if you can get more of your lower back to connect to the floor. Maybe another centimeter, your shoulders can reach the floor. We're just breathing here. A little gentle rock side to side, still feels good. As we move into the final Shavasana. The soles of the feet come down and together as your hands slide up the legs, above the ankles, let the knees go wide. Just like we were sitting on the floor, now our back is on the floor. Here for a breath. Relieve the tension. And then bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Rest your knees against each other. Let the hands flop out to your sides, palms up. Picking up the chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together and set your shoulders back down. Feel that opening, a little bit more space sliding across the front of the chest. Breathing deeply through the nose, filling up that balloon in the lower belly, even down to your pelvic floor. Filling, 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 and then empty out from the top to the bottom. Big breath all the way down to the tailbone. Little sigh, feels good here too. Your lower back's feeling okay, you can let the legs go long. Feet flopping up to the side. Pick up your hips, give your bum a squeeze and set back down. Feel more space created across the front of your pelvis. Last chance for wiggles and adjustments till we settle in for our final 10 rounds of breath. Our final Shavasana, giving the body time to integrate the movements, the space we've created, just the connections we made with parts of the body that we're paying attention to that you probably typically ignore. Sending breath where there's tension held. And acknowledging yourself for getting to class today. Putting in a little time and energy into your own well-being. Ready, start to move the toes and fingers. Maybe circle the wrists and ankles. Stretch the legs long, point the toes, reach up overhead. Getting as much length in the body as you can. Inhale here, big breath in. Spit a little extra. Let it go with the sides. We bring the knees close again. You can either roll to your side, take a couple of breaths to come back, or you can rock and chair yourself back up to seated. Taking your time, find your way up whenever you're ready. You did it! You're staying put? So we're going to bring the blankets and just cover people up for their morning nap. It's like, this feels so hard. Yeah. It's so crazy how different it feels, like depending on how you're feeling. And today I had lots more energy than a lot of days it's like, oh, hard to talk and do it at the same time, but
Last class I was like, oh, this was the best one yet. Yeah.
struggling through. Yeah. Life do be like that.